Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
We've got our Beer Fest this Saturday, and we've got Sofas and Suds on Sunday, the Sanford Couch Races. And for the first time ever, Moe Dewitt is going to have a couch in the Sanford Couch Races.
That's a big deal.
Which I assume Bustecker is going to be pushing it. There's a team together, Mo. Do you have any idea?
I thought Bustecker was the couch. We're just going to sit on him.
I've always wanted to sit on him.
I know.
So,
I'm ready.
How you doing, Mo?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good to
Great.
see you, man. Thanks for being here.
First, let me thank you for sponsoring our Bad at Business Beer Fest. Me and Daniel were talking about it. We believe, and we're pretty confident. We'd bet multiple thousands of dollars that this is the longest running, completely free beer fest in the United States.
Yeah.
And
maybe even the world.
Yeah, it could be in the
maybe even the world.
'Cause
they're a little more liberal with their beer in Europe. You know, they're older, but I feel like
someone's going to eventually charge something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to just continue to do it
look
for
at where
free.
we are now.
And so this is our 10th year, we believe. We'd have to go back and look, but I think it's the 10th year we've done this.
But also in looking, we may find out that it's not. So we're going to go with 10.
9.
Yeah.
I mean, you've always said the show motto is make alcohol great again. So.
Exactly. That is our show motto.
But we couldn't do it without you, Mo. And Mo is the
we
presenting
appreciate you,
sponsor. And honestly, that is really the only reason we could do it, because without a sponsor like Mo, we wouldn't be able to put it together because it is expensive with a live band, staging, PA,
the staging,
a million other things.
all the little
Insurance.
bits and pieces
It's
are
the little stuff
insane.
you don't think about that all adds up.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
Just like insurance and this, that, the other thing, the videographers, all of a sudden you're like $10,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, what?
How quickly.
Anyway, so Mo, I know I asked on the BDM page for some law questions.
You did.
And again, they disappoint.
Do you want me
At
to-
least they're consistent.
They can't
Did you
take
want me to
anything
go
serious.
through any of them? Or?
No, it's all ridiculous. They're all just clowning me, Mo, and just making ridiculous.
There is a complete and utter lack of respect on that page
Yeah.
for you and I. Like, I don't think your post was, Mo is coming in tomorrow. Anyone have any legal questions that I can ask him for you? If not, don't worry. I have plenty of personal legal questions I can ask, but I can throw in a couple of yours if they're good enough, or I can just ask them myself.
Yeah.
I mean, fun thing about that post is that's how I found out I was coming into them today.
Okay,
So-
all right.
Yeah. I know, that's all. Mo, I got your back.
I appreciate it.
Even though some people drop the ball around here.
Yeah.
Tom Mann never drops the ball.
Some people,
I wouldn't go that far.
Some people, it seems like they put maybe the what you offer and the flexibility and the travel and the fun ahead of maybe the things that they should be doing day in and day out. Daily observation.
In Bustecker's defense, he does have a puppet to take care of. I mean, he's got to feed that
when
thing.
you're taking care of like Orlando's leading legal puppet.
Exactly.
I may drop the ball, but I'll do that move where I kick it up again.
Yeah.
Catch it.
That's got a bumble save.
So now they were horrible goof questions, and then one super sad one. And we'll read you that one.
oh, boy.
with.
What is the secret ingredient in the flaming Mo?
Oh God!
God.
I mean, don't put
cough
your
syrup.
dumb
Everybody
dad
knows
jokes.
When clients come into your office, do you yell "Welcome to Moe's"?
Okay.
I did want to do a video with that, actually.
Well, of course, there's only you know how many videos Mo's done? Of course, one time he thought about Welcome to Mo's at a certain point. He's done hundreds and hundreds.
So based on what's happening right here, he's closer to the listeners than your dumb questions you're going to get.
Okay, well,
I mean, I did eat at Moe's one in high school. I ate there for 3 months straight. I had a stack of coupons for half off burritos.
Did you really?
Yeah. Twice a day, 3 months straight.
You know, I vowed to never eat there again because of that one burrito called the John Kakastakal or whatever it's called.
The John Kakistan, I think.
The John
Something like
Kakistan. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. What am I,
Huh?
some kind of crazy baby? I'm not saying John Kakistan. Just give me a goddamn burrito.
So I'll ask my question first, Mo.
Of course.
I
You're
thought
gambling.
Did we ever get a legal answer if prostitutes were really actually legal if they were hired to be actors in adult movies? That's a good question.
Well, that used to be a thing back in the early 2000s.
You were just like, I'm filming a video.
There was some sort of loophole where if you were making a
It's
video,
from my stream.
then you could do it. I mean, lots of pornography was filmed in
Oh, yeah.
South Florida. There's huge business of that, and and they're just paying women.
That's
to,
what you wish your name was. Huge business.
this is a serious question, Mo.
We're changing the tone.
So I thought about this for a while. Can you sue a bum. All right, now I'll elaborate. Here we go.
This is America.
Let me
Sue anyone for anything.
Okay, so-
rewind a little bit. This is serious. This is a serious question, Mo.
So let's say that, and I'll put this in more realistic question that could possibly happen.
Are we suing EJ?
Daniel, let's say Daniel gets insanely rich somehow. Like, let's say,
Nah, I don't care about it.
you know, he's riding a scooter one day, the old Walmart
Oh,
truck.
yeah. Oh, my
So
God.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
But I'll never be the same.
he's got unlimited money, and then so he's got like a Lamborghini or whatever, and then some homeless man, mentally a homeless man,
man.
starts destroying it. Right, he destroys his Lamborghini. So of course the guy goes to jail for destruction of property or whatever. But then Daniel, just out of pure spite,
Yeah.
and he wants to sue him civilly. For the
So I want to continue this.
yes for the
That
million.
does sound like me. I do like to see
Very
things
spiteful.
through. I do like to see things through.
And it's like let's say he's estimated the damages at $1 million, right? And so
Fancy scooter.
So no, this is a Lamborghini.
Oh, Lamborghini, sorry.
Yeah.
So then
It's a Lamborghini.
and then everybody's telling him like, this person doesn't have $1 million. He'll never have $1 million.
Right.
And everybody,
He's
Daniel's like,
crazy. He eats his own feces.
and Daniel's like, I don't care. I want to still do it.
There are those people, yeah.
And then they
You
get.
probably deal with these people a lot. I would imagine these people that
Sometimes.
are like are emotionally attached to the litigation, right?
Well, there's that, and a lot of times we do have to have the conversation with them. Look, yeah, you can sue this person, but ultimately you're just going to get a piece of paper that says they owe you this amount of money, and then they're going to discharge it in bankruptcy, and it's a big waste of everybody's time. So
Yeah, and your own waste of money. But Daniel's so insane, he's like, I'm still doing it.
Yeah,
It's
because
my
like,
money.
Somewhere in my brain, I think that if I can like the value of my car in some way inroads into the value of that man as a human, and I own him.
But he also wants
I don't
to.
know. We should be owning people.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so
Well, this
either.
isn't the thought of future
Right,
rich
yes,
Daniel's mind. This
Yeah,
is not
yeah.
present
I mean,
Daniel.
rich people get twisted, right?
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
do start to think where they want to own, like,
Yeah.
you know, I've seen the movies where eventually
Yeah.
you're literally minutes away from just owning a bum. You release him into the woods and you hunt him over Christmas.
So then Daniel puts together a dream team of lawyers. You're a part of it, Mo.
Yeah, the ghost of
And then-
F. Lee Bailey.
Goes to Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, the ghost of Johnny Cochran.
And then literally 15 lawyers. He's just
John
paying a ridiculous.
Bustecker.
And then you want to put together a trial
Matt
that,
Gaetz.
that lasts days with a ton of personal witnesses, testimony, like.
Oh, I want a circus. I want a media circus.
A media circus
Yeah.
or whatever. So
I want Belvin Perry down there.
And then let's say and I thought about this.
I saw him on commercials.
They have to hire like a public defender for the bum
Well, not in a civil case. No, not in a civil case. You don't get a public defender.
Okay, so he could just represent himself.
Yeah, he can represent himself, or he can go to
that's
legal
awesome.
aid or something like that.
So what if he's
I
so
love
crazy?
it when people represent
What if he's like,
themselves.
I'm representing myself, and the homeless
Yeah.
man's like, I'm not guilty, and then the judge. Does the judge and the whole system have to go through this?
Yeah.
All
so basically,
for just
your
no
question
reason.
is can you push, like, can you force through something that everybody around legally looks at this and goes like, this is a waste of everyone's time?
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
Yes.
This is America, and
I knew it.
And that's why I would never want to be a judge.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
judge.
So they see a lot of like frivolous.
Oh
and
yeah,
dumb.
I mean, I wouldn't say frivolous, but there's people in there who it may be very important to that person, but anybody can file a lawsuit, and they're having to deal with crazy people. Whether it's on the civil side or the criminal side. Oftentimes the person's just crazy, and there's no real chance of recovery or justice or whatever it may be. But they have to kind of rein in this circus.
And they just go through the process because that's the legal process in the United States, and that's the right to defend.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a good question.
that's
Chat
what I
room
love
had the
the
same. People in the chat room had the same question. It's kind of like how far can we take this?
At one point, can the judge be like, enough of this?
And out of the two of us, I am the guy. I mean, I would say that your example's pretty good because if anybody's going to hold a grudge longer, it's going to be me than you.
Yeah. I just wonder if the judge has to follow the law and has to go through the process. But can they just say like enough witnesses, enough of this?
At that point, can the judge sort of look at what you're doing and then maybe hold you to such a high standard that it makes it your life more difficult? You know what I mean? Like, hey, okay, if you want to see this through, we're going to make this.
To some degree, I mean, a pro se litigant is supposed to be held to the same standard as everybody else. They don't get a special treatment because they don't have an attorney.
That's what the chat room's talking about, pro se.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, they can get into a little bit of trouble. And the judge does have the ability in certain cases, I've had this happen to people before, where they can require them to hire an attorney. They can basically say, you're not allowed to proceed forward on this case anymore because you've done so much crazy stuff in this case that you have to have an attorney, because I can hold an attorney accountable because they have a bar license. I can't hold you accountable. So I have seen that happen before.
Oh, that's interesting. And that does make sense. That's like almost like a safeguard in place.
It's a safeguard. It's rarely used, but I have seen it used before. And of course, you can limit things like witnesses and the amount of time trial can take and so on and so forth. But, we've seen cases all the time like that. Was it the Young Thug trial in Georgia with, it's the longest trial in, I think, Georgia history or maybe U.S. history. And
it's the longest trial in U.S. history.
Yeah, Georgia history for sure. Maybe U.S.
Is this the one where if he does, like, it's the way he's being held right now? If he makes one mistake, he's like in jail for life or whatever.
Something like that. He's on probation, like 15 years of probation or something like that. So yeah, if you violate probation, you could be in a lot of trouble, and you could potentially be in jail for life.
I would probably change my name. Right? Like, I'm out on probation. The first step one, no more Young Thug. Yeah. I'm Jerry from here on out. Yeah, Jerry Thompson.
Well, what did he say?
I work at Tools Ace Hardware.
He said Thug stood for something humble under God. I forget what the...
Yeah. Oh, he said it was an acronym?
Yeah, he said it was an acronym.
I like that. I remember, Remember TWISM? The world is mine. I wish I had an what are they? Acronym.
Yeah. He used to say my email account was Dr. Unky at WTKS. Me and Young Thug have a lot in common. Anyway,
you're Castleberry's Young Thug. You're
Daniel,
an old thug.
Read the only, and this is where it got serious. Okay. All jokes, one serious question of the medium.
This is a real serious too. Let me get my bearings here because I got to switch from Young Thug to being serious now. My bipolar wife was really abusive. We are divorcing, but I worry she will go into another manic episode and start effing with me again. Is there anything I can do legally that's less dramatic than a restraining order, but will make her think twice about doing stuff to me, like sending naked photos to my family or calling me names or attempting to blackmail me over stuff I've done? I have been living a nightmare most of the year. I really want it to stop and have protection from a mentally ill person that is unpredictable. I kept lots of evidence of her abuse, but I don't want to stir the hornet's nest. She doesn't even know what I have because she will burn the whole world down to hurt me if she feels like she might pay for any of her actions. Okay, sorry, I was not laughing at that at all.
So this is like a baby reindeer type of scenario.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can get a restraining order or an injunction, but he's trying to avoid that. And really, to answer that question, you kind of have to look at his case in an aggregate level. You have to kind of look at everything that's going on and
that's rough.
what's at stake essentially. And so maybe there's certain things that you can kind of use as leverage to try to push things forward. Now, ultimately, in a case like that, in a divorce case, if you're kind of dealing with a person who has mental health issues on the other side, the best thing you can probably do is just push the case to trial, because it sounds like if they have those kind of issues, they're not going to be logical, they're not going to be reasonable or agreeable to reach an agreement. So you just need to get the case in front of the judge as fast as possible to get it resolved. Is there anything else besides an injunction to stop her from doing those kinds of things? Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on exactly what she's doing and the overall specifics of the situation.
She sent a picture of my Pekka to my Gram.
Now,
she sent my Pekka to my Gram.
Was it new pictures of her or him?
I don't know. I just wanted to scream that phrase because I think of how
there is revenge porn and things like that.
Crazy you would feel if you get a text message from your ex who's like, "I just sent your Pekka to your Gram." Oh my God, I would melt.
You know what I like? I like a good letter sent by a lawyer. Sometimes that works. You know, sometimes
it does work.
Hey, like sending a letter.
Like,
from a lawyer.
Why don't you cool it out?
But with these kind of people, it doesn't work. I mean, I've dealt with some pretty crazy stuff, over the years. I had one guy actually, and he said I can tell the story, but I wouldn't identify him. Where his ex-wife during the divorce went around his neighborhood and handed out leaflets with his photo on it, saying that he was a convicted sex offender, which he was not. He was absolutely not.
Yeah.
And absolutely crazy stuff.
I'm gonna do that to you if you ever stab me in the back. I'm doing that to you.
I mean, that is straight up defamation. That's by the letter of the
So
law,
what-
defamation.
Can you tell?
With physical
was there
proof.
an outcome to that? Like, was there a?
I mean, they were in a very messy divorce
that's
for
very
many
messy.
years. It was back and forth. There was injunction filed. And
I'll
all
tell you
sorts
right
of
now,
stuff,
though,
but-
the sex with a woman
Yeah.
that passes out pedophile flyers for you is good as hell.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
how.
mind blowing.
That's how people like this end up in this situation.
Mind-blowing.
You're sitting there, you first meet this lady
Yeah.
at the bar,
Yeah.
and then you're like, she's kind of crazy, but I
Oh
bet
my
it's
God,
good.
that first night, you bring her home from Primrose Lanes. Oh my God, your bullet strikes all night.
I think you hit the nail on the head right
Yeah.
there.
Oh
That's
my
pretty
God.
accurate.
Yeah.
but-
Oh my God.
And then a life-
Sometimes it's worth the pamphlet, though. Hold on.
Yeah. I know.
Sometimes it's worth the pamphlet.
Yeah, because then I think to myself,
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
you guys
what
wouldn't
is
even
it?
believe that.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
Right? You
Yeah,
guys
like-
know me. You'd be like, that's not even real. I'd be like, I know, but that night was real.
Like, this has to be somewhat worth it. Maybe it's something I've never experienced before. Like, I'm curious to how good could it be?
Yeah, and why did they go straight to pamphlet or like hanging or putting up like I've seen the digital ones are real bad because they're quicker. I feel like like they take like it's like you got like dandennis.com. You go to it, it's like the worst thing. It's like a whole. It's like just a chat GPT bio of the worst human ever made.
I like it when the wife or husband, usually it's the wife, goes on and then on their husband's Facebook page or ex-husband.
Oh, we saw this.
And then they start posting as him. They're like, this is Brenda. And, and then just
we saw this.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
say this.
And then she locks him out because he didn't know his password.
I'm going to say a real phrase I read on Facebook one time. It said, he cheated on me and he lied about the autism. Remember that?
Come on.
That was a real thing we read on Facebook one time. I'm like, oh my God.
And you're sitting
And he's locked out. He can't even do anything. He's locked out of his own Facebook.
It does, when you see stuff like that, make your own day better. I'm just
Yeah, at least I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah. Like, this is pretty, like, at least you're not having, you forgot your password. All your coworkers are like, hey, buddy, you look at your.
Or you go to your
showing
buddy,
you
you go
as
to your
you
buddy's Facebook and you're just scrolling, right? You're scrolling and I scroll through you and you're like, hey, we're looking for questions for Mo on the BDM group. Oh, okay. And I scroll through a little bit. Busdecker is, with his wife doing something. Oh, look at them. And then you go down a little bit more. And then what do you see? You say, guess who's sleeping with any loose whore in Lake County? and it's a man, right? It's like a guy's picture. And you're like, oh. And then you realize that the wife has control of the Facebook, and you're like, well, this is going to be an awesome Tuesday. This is going to be a fantastic Tuesday.
I like it when you're eating your lunch, like days later in your bay or whatever, and then some coworkers like, hey, did you see what your wife posted? You're like, no S. This is days ago. Of course I saw. It was the worst day of my life 3 days ago.
Just trying to enjoy my sandwich.
Let's do one voicemail from Mo because we did get one.
We have
voicemail.
a
Voicemail.
Yeah, we're stepping things up here, man. We got a voicemail for you. If you would like to leave Mo a voicemail, you can do so by calling 1-844-TOMNDAN, or you can get our free app and leave a mediocre message. Here is our Mo question.
Hey, good morning, Tom and Dan. This is BDM Alex. I saw your Facebook post about questions for Mo, and I have one for him. I was reading in my local Facebook group that a woman was complaining about getting hit by a bicyclist on a mixed-use trail. Apparently she was walking, and this bicyclist came by and hit her. She eventually had to go to the hospital. The bicyclist left the scene, and she was wondering what she can do about it. And I don't know if there's any specific rules about mixed-use trails or if you have a duty to stop or if even a bicyclist is treated like something different when it's on a mixed-use trail than on a roadway. So I was interested what it was. Somebody commented that it was a felony for this person to do a hit and run on a bicycle, and I didn't think it was really that bad. But thought maybe Mo could weigh in on what the rules are of all these mixed-use trails. I am a road cyclist, and I do ride on mixed-use trails, and I try to do the on your left or ring my stupid bell
All
so
right,
people
we
know
got
that
it.
I'm coming by.
I'm very anti-mixed use trails. I like for all of the uses to not be mixed.
yeah.
That's just
I
me.
mean, running trail, biking trail.
That's how I am. I'm a traditionalist.
Yeah.
I like bikes with bikes, and I like runs with runs.
And then there should be a trail for electric bike
and
hybrids.
those flat bikes that old people lay in with the flag on the top. What are those called? Submarine bikes? Whatever
Oh,
those
yeah,
things
yeah.
are.
Those are nerdy.
Yeah, those nerdy submarine bikes. I'm going to run over you guys one day. You need to raise your flags higher.
So,
And stop using pirate flags. It's not cute.
what do you think, Mo?
I mean, typically a bicyclist has the same obligation to abide by the rules of the road, just like a vehicle does. in this situation, since it's on a mixed-use trail, I'm not sure if it would be a hit and run in that sense. But certainly from a civil perspective, they still could be sued and could be liable for any injuries that they cause to the person. But you'd have to track them down, obviously.
And so when you, hit someone on your bicycle, and Daniel's right, like I run around Lake Baldwin, and there are people with electric bikes, and they're
I'm so over it, dude.
ass.
I hate to sound like little old man, but I hate it so much because I can only go so fast on a regular bike, and you blow the absolute. You're going 40 miles an hour.
Yeah. I'm like, if you blasted a granny with this, like you would have hurt her. Seriously.
Yes.
And then
I think it's possible to die. Some of these people are going at least 35, 40 miles an hour.
And the people riding the electric bikes, heavier.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Shocking. Real
It is
shocking.
odd that they are big boys.
And they are some big boys.
Blast the granny.
Oh my God, it's like Rob Gronkowski coming around
So,
there.
is there homeowners insurance? There's car insurance?
So, I mean,
somehow?
that's the problem is typically there's not going to be insurance that's going to apply in most of those situations. Again, it depends where you are and all that kind of stuff. But usually if you're on a public trail, that is always the problem is, there may not be insurance available.
So then you just have to sue that person personally,
Right, yeah.
and then back to good luck getting that.
Yeah, I mean, it actually happened to a lawyer friend of mine who's a bicyclist, and he got injured. I think he had to have knee surgery from it, but he ultimately decided it wasn't worth pursuing the other person.
because there's
there's no
nothing
insurance.
to get.
See, I'll
Yeah,
never
yeah.
do that. I'll stick it out to the end. Going back to the other thing, I was just in there thinking about put yourself in motion. I'd
the
see
judge
it
is
to the
like,
end.
oh
Full
my
circle.
God.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh God, he's doing it.
So if you are injured on the go, just call Moe. Just call Moe.com. Thank you, Moe, again for
Yeah,
sponsoring
man.
our
Thank you,
beer
guys.
fest.
Yeah,
of
we
course.
really do appreciate it, man.
Thank you for sponsoring Sofas and Suds this year.
Hey, and check out all the new Moe gear. As my voice cracks, I get very excited about new Moe gear. But yeah, anything that we should be on the lookout for? Is there?
I mean, it's the fanciest crap we can buy from China.
Okay, I love it. I love it. That's all I needed to know.
I've seen the full jumpsuit.
That's what I want.
yeah.
It's like like the siesta Moe jumpsuit. So
Cinco de Moe.
Cinco de Moe
Yeah,
jumpsuits.
Cinco de
yeah.
Moe.
All right, we will be right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Chef Pat and Eric. They're on their way to talk about Hollabox and holidays.
To talk about what? To talk about. Check this out, dude. Check out this song I made.
Hollabox German Restaurant. Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke, hoi, hoi, hoi. Hollabox German Restaurant. Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke, hoi, 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 hoi.
Okay, sorry. I'll play it when they get here too, but I just wanted to play it so bad.
That's awesome.
I just wanted to play it so bad. I'm in the Christmas kind of like German holiday mood.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to that though. So yes, you have something that's on your mind, sir?
Well, there's a bunch of things, and we'll talk to Hollabox about their couch and the couch races coming up.
Yeah.
And then obviously their Krampus versus St. Nick
Yes.
wrestling event.
Yes, we have a
Which-
BDM keyed up. BDM went down to Hollabox yesterday, dropped off his recliner, and they rewarded him with a $50 gift card.
No, really?
Yeah, he's the happiest boy in the chat room right now.
And that wrestling match is Thursday, December 5th from 6 to 9. It says, do not bring children. It's not appropriate.
Yeah,
So,
I love that.
Yeah.
It's big on the sign, too. I was like, hey, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do an event where you stamp on the side of it,
Now-
not suitable.
Now, I guess to what age? Because my sons watch some pretty aggressive
Yeah.
anime every morning.
Yeah.
They're watching-
They start every morning watching, the most horrible manga you can find. Tentacles craze mo.
This morning I'm watching, and there's some ghost with no head, blood coming out their head.
Yeah.
Walking through the floor. I'm like, what the hell are you watching?
Wait till you get to the fan service when the boobies fall out. And they're going, bah, 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 bah. Have you seen that? That's what it's called. It's called fan service. And they do that for young adolescent Japanese boys where one of the heroines will be running down a hallway and a zombie's about to get her and her bazoombas go,
And this is an anime.
and it's called fan service, and everyone's like, "Why?" And they make a point of like zero whoosh, and all the sound effects. Whoosh. They'll put sound effects on it.
And then I asked Max, I was like,
Why did you get my sons? These are my anime watching sons. You're supposed to be with your athlete daughter, not your anime.
She's at work right now.
Where are my anime boys? I'm supposed to be watching some good Vampire Hunter D and Akira with the boys.
And then I thought, like, well, the show eventually has to end, and I was talking to Tommy.
Never ending. Anime shows can go on for decades.
Well, he told me, he's like, no, we downloaded this app called Scooby something. So what was the animation app?
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Crunchyroll.
That's the one. Yeah,
And
that's the one that our buddy Chris Crespo uses.
Yes, yeah. And then he's like, there's unlimited anime on this. Yeah. So he's like, I just go from one show.
From 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, there's so much to watch.
I don't know why they like anime. It's so weird.
I like it. It's fun.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
it's super fantasy. I mean, the action is super action packed. You know what? Another reason that Max may like it. It's got a lot of emotion. They write a lot of really compelling tales. In fact, Kupo J in the chat room, he sent me like a whole list of different anime that he like recommends for me to watch. But just like Christine said as she popped in here, a lot of it's not for kids.
Yep,
because it's pretty out there.
Should I look at it?
I mean, you're gonna hate. Look, a lot of tentacles, a lot of but it's a lot of dark wizards.
But it was not the tentacles like in the the videos.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it's not those. Okay, all right.
It's
just violent. They're just like fighting.
Yeah.
It's more like Dragon Ball.
Okay, yeah.
Like Dragon Ball Z, or you don't even know. You're like, it's good. It's fine.
The spiky
Dragon Ball Triple X.
Hadouken.
Yeah.
So I chafed my armpits real bad.
Okay.
And it's the worst I've ever done it. And I didn't even notice it was happening. But I guess like a week and a half ago, I went through like a phase of running. I probably ran 20 miles in a week. And
well, you are like, and I don't think people know this, but maybe just set the scene and explain. You do have another challenge coming up, right? Like you have a race.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a half marathon. It's not even calling it a race. It's just like, can you finish this? Because I have no chance of.
It's official though, right? Like you're going to be timed.
Yeah, you
and
pay.
everything.
Yeah.
Don't dismiss it. I'm proud of you, dude.
No,
I think it's cool.
But a race insinuates that you're trying to win it.
Okay.
And there's no chance of
winning.
Winning.
It's a quest.
Yeah. It's just it's a challenge.
Personal feat.
A personal challenge.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, so I never done this before, but it must have, for whatever reason, like been extra humid or whatever. But I look at my armpits. Look at this one.
Okay, we're going. Oh, wait, whoa. No, you have to pull up the side a little bit more. Oh yeah. You got. Oh, it's full blown. You got the full blown scabby rabby.
Yeah.
It's scabbed up.
Well, where?
Yeah, you got it. There it is. It's turning brown like fat people's thighs.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You got fat people thighs.
Yeah.
But it's on your arms. Oh my God, you got fat people thigh arms.
That's what Crystal said. She's like, be careful, it's gonna turn brown.
We had a friend who's the inside of his thighs turned gray.
Yeah,
Remember, he fell over at Wing House one time, and we saw his gray thighs, and we never thought about him the same ever again.
Come on.
Then he moved away and he got married.
Yeah. Then in the most Asperger's thing I've ever done, pointed it out and asked why your thighs were gray.
I wasn't going to say that part.
Because I was drunk at Wing House.
You were drunk at Wing House. You had 2 jumbo pirate beers, and you asked a severely overweight man who had gray thighs.
I think it was his armpits, actually.
It might have been his armpits.
Yeah, because he lifted it up.
I was
like, why are your armpits gray?
You're like, hey, why are your armpits gray, fat ass?
No.
You
I
called him fat ass.
I honestly was asking him.
Chubs.
No, I didn't.
Why are your armpits gray, Chubs?
I would never make someone feel bad on purpose. I only
do
it by
accident.
accidentally do it. I accidentally make people feel bad all the time. Yeah. Almost every day. Anyway, so I've been having to put.
What are you gonna do?
A&D ointment.
A&D? What are you, a baby? Oh, I hate the smell of A&D.
It stinks.
A&D ointment is one of the only ointments that I have had more A&D ointment on my body than almost any other ointment because I'm a tattoo guy, right?
Yeah.
And you use A&D for the first couple days, and the smell of it. And the one thing that I know about A&D ointment is when it comes out of the tube, it's yellow.
Yes.
And it comes out and it smells like. Almost like a warehouse floor is what it smells like. It's like a warehouse floor.
Like in some sort of chemical plant.
In a chemical plant, yeah. It smells like Wuhan flu. And you put it on your tattoo. If you put it on your body, it's hard. It's kind of chunky. And then it has to melt. It has to use your body heat to melt. And I hate the fact that I can feel my body heating it to melt it. And I hate that feeling. Hate it.
It's so fatty jelly.
Fatty jelly.
Yeah. It stays in your finger forever too.
It's all what I can imagine what Jelly Roll's sleep dust looks like is A&D ointment.
And so then now I have to put Vaseline under my armpits.
Oh, don't do that.
To run.
Don't do that.
That's what they told me. That's what the internet said.
So, like, when can you stop putting Vaseline under your armpits? You're gonna
I
get
guess-
you don't do it on those. You're gonna mess up your those fancy ass shirts you got.
Now, with long runs, I have to Vaseline my pits. And then that's a thing, I guess,
Yeah.
where the runners have to
Oh,
Vaseline.
I got
their-
your breakdancing name. Your grease pit.
What the hell? All this was stupid. It is stupid.
Who are you like?
A bunch of waste of time.
So
Anyhow.
what is it? Can you run without a shirt, or is it just the skin rubbing?
No, yeah, but it was my arm. I could run with my arms up. I
You're too
could.
buff. You're too buff.
No.
You got to stop weight training, and you got to go full
No.
Haitian run man.
No.
You got to go full African run man, where you're like beanpole thin, but you can go the distance.
Well,
And then your
my
armpits.
genetics.
You ever
are
notice
known.
why they don't carry a lot of muscles? Because they don't want their armpits to chafe and put Vaseline on their pits. The guys from Kenya,
Yeah,
they
no-
keep themselves boned. You gotta go Kenya thin.
Well, that's they're running 180 miles a
But
week.
isn't that what you want to do?
You
That's
just-
where you
no,
want
I
to go,
don't
right?
know.
You want to go to the.
No,
you want to be
no.
the best.
I
don't
can't.
you?
Oops. That you start getting into absurdity.
Chat room wants to help you out. Everybody's screaming. Please use Body Glide. A lot of people putting this in caps. Multiple people, 5, 6, 7 people saying, use the product Body Glide. Let me pull that up.
What is that?
I don't know. Let's see. Body Glide. Sounds like you would get it at like a Track Shack or something.
It's become
It's an anti-chafing stick.
okay.
And they got a bunch of them. Gold Bond has one. There are a bunch of these.
You know what it is?
This is not for you, though, because this would mean you would need to prepare.
Yeah,
This isn't you. There's a lot. Oh, they got Body Glide for her, Body Glide for me, Body Glide for her,
it
Body
starts-
Glide for feet.
I'm putting Band-Aids on my toes because they're rubbing together. I'm putting Body
Yeah.
Glide. I got to put sunscreen on. It's just too much.
You're body gliding your toes. I believe we have some guests here.
Hey.
Yeah, come on in, guys. Come on in. We're running it. We're running
yeah.
it
We're
fast
on
and
a line.
loose. Hey,
going on,
come on
dude?
in. Hold on. Let me get my Hollabuck song. Put your headphones on so you can hear that. I can get my Hollabuck song. Here they are, everybody, because it is that time of year. Chef Pat.
German Restaurant. Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke, oi, oi, oi. Hallabach, German Restaurant.
the airtight
Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke, oi, oi, oi.
Just airtight too, dude.
The air, you wanted the airtight
No,
3
come
today?
on,
No,
man.
the airtight 2.
Airtight.
I do have another song. If you want a dirty one, I do have a dirty song.
No, this is for
I mean, like,
Hollabaugh
it's really
German
yeah,
restaurant,
I-
family German restaurant.
No, I know, but I mean, like, they are having.
Box after dark.
Aren't you guys actually having a No Kids Allowed event? I mean,
Yeah, Krampus.
yeah, perfect tie-in.
Okay, so
perfect tie-in.
Chef Pat is here from Hollabuck's German Restaurant downtown
yeah.
What's up,
Sanford.
baby? How are you?
Good,
So-
good. Go Magic. Nice hat.
Yeah, man. Well, they're on a run. Franz is stepping up. Go Magics.
So let's talk about this. It's Krampus versus St. Nick, Thursday, December 5th. And this is Magnolia Square, right?
Correct.
And,
well, the parking space is behind Magnolia Square, kind of like right in front of where the market is.
Yes, yeah.
Because the Christmas tree and all that stuff is going to be up in the actual square, so we couldn't get the square. So the Christmas tree and everything's going to be the backdrop of the wrestling ring.
Okay.
Which is actually even better because it does set the kind
For
of
sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to set the tone here.
Now it says not suitable for children.
Correct.
Now what age children? Because I was telling Daniel,
Yeah.
my son's like
Hentai.
They like anime.
Yeah,
and
they've
it's
been
super
watching
violent.
nothing but hentai.
What-
Like,
whatever
the
age
chat room
children.
is really concerned that they have. You do need to go in after the show today and limit permissions on Crunchyroll because the chat room, like 4 or 5 people, are literally losing their minds.
Well, what are the?
There's a lot of tentacles, and,
No.
and the ones that I like.
No.
However old the kids are, where their mother does not want to go complain to us about them watching the wrestling show.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So,
I get what you're
so
saying.
Krampus and Saint Nick are going hard in the ring,
They're going hard.
Okay.
All right.
and
That's on Crunchyroll too.
And so let's talk about the other stuff going on because it's going to be basically a whole street party.
Sure. So
essentially.
there's going to be 2 matches. The first match is going to be Mrs. Claus versus like a she Krampus, demented type.
I believe her
wrestler
name is
gimmick.
I've Got Krampus.
God damn it, Daniel.
Comedy. Sorry.
DJ Swain is going to be there playing some music. We've got Varinger, a local rock band.
Oh,
that
I got
is-
some Behringer, dude.
Did you find some?
These guys rip.
Yeah,
Hold
so
on.
they're gonna be playing in between. Their set is in between the 2 wrestling matches.
Hold on, here's Varinger. Dude, Tom, you're gonna like Varinger.
I just dad laughed for 2 straight minutes and I got cramps.
I'm sorry. I was playing these guys earlier today. They are very, very good. They hold on, I gotta find them here. They're Varinger.
Varanger, I believe.
And Daniel described them as wizard metal.
Yeah, for sure.
They're very wizardy metal-y.
But just so while Daniel's finding that, we're going to have Loggerhead Distillery, which is downtown Sanford. They made us a special, we're calling it Krampus Schnapps, but it's a locally crafted cranberry spiced vodka. Deviant Wolf is making our annual Krampus beer.
Okay.
And we will have that out there. Jägermeister will be out there. They are our ring sponsor, so our ring is going to have Jägermeister and Hollerbox branding all over it. And we'll have the Jaeger guys out there with the Jaeger girls. Yeah, this is the Wizard Rock.
Yeah, here's a so you're gonna have some wrestling. You're gonna have some ladies wrestling. You're gonna have
Mrs. Claus versus
I got Krampus. Yeah, it's Mrs. Claus versus I've got Krampus. I'm guessing for the Hollabach belt.
It's for the battle for the soul of the children.
Here we go.
If Krampus wins, he's taking your kids to hell in a handbasket.
I kind of think no BS. I can't think Tommy would like this.
I'll volunteer my sons to be on the side of the ring, and if Krampus does win, they can throw them in a sack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then haul them away.
You know what's funny? You do need some children to look horrified. Children actors.
Yeah.
Child actors that you could throw in a sack that are covered in blood would be horrifying. That would be awesome.
So,
all right, there you go. There's some Varinger.
Varinger.
Wizard metal, wrestling,
ladies wrestling.
Hollerbox food out front there. We're actually we're going to be doing Krampus pretzels, so activated charcoal salt. So it's black salt. So the pretzels will have black salt on them, and then we make our cheese dip black, like it looks like coal.
Oh wow.
Obviously when you go down there, you could visit the market
you can get some lederhosen like what we have.
Yeah, oh yeah. With
I have to thank you again for that.
For sure.
I absolutely love my lederhosen, and I got the bright blue lederhosen, so they're now my Orlando Magic lederhosen. Which is like super cool.
You can wear them for German night in March or May, whenever it is.
Yep,
we'll be down there again.
I definitely will.
And Chef Pat, does this event cost anything? Again, it's December 5th, Thursday from 6 to 9, right in front of the market there, Magnolia Square. So does it cost anything, Chef Pat?
It's a free event.
Free event.
So
awesome.
You guys are dumb like us. And you do the old free event.
Yeah.
It's the best events.
Yeah, they are.
We will have some vendors out there with some Krampus type merch. We will have our own. We have Krampus wrestling match T-shirts.
Oh, killer!
That's awesome.
That will be available there. We'll have some sort of seating around ringside and figure out. We're going to figure that out with the Oktoberfest tables and benches. How the best way to view that is going to be.
Nice. Very cool.
Let's talk about Sofas and Suds. It's this Sunday. Hollowbox has a couch. This is
recliner.
Yeah.
And
it's our first year as a recliner.
Oh, so you have a recliner this year,
right?
Gotcha. So
we're all getting too old to run.
How many years has Hollowbox participated in Sofas and Suds?
How many years has there been Sofas and Suds?
Every year, right?
All of them, yeah.
Yeah, this is the 11th year, which is. I was also thinking for our beer fest.
Really, man?
I think this is the 10th year of our beer fest. I made a post last night saying that it's the longest running completely free beer fest in the United States.
Well, I know that's true.
I think that's right.
No,
it's one of my favorite weekends.
Nobody's ever done that more than one time and said this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, trust me when I say that.
Yeah.
I know for a fact.
No way it's gone more than 5 years.
Yeah.
I think this is the 10th year.
I'll literally bet anything that nobody does that.
Yeah,
that I'm very confident
We're
on.
the only ones this dumb to do 10 years of free beer fest.
A decade of stupid.
Yeah. And if you do the math, it's like $500,000 down the toilet.
I would say down the toilet. Some of it went down the gutters.
Hey, you're really selling it. Hold on. Can we print this? Is it too late to print that on the shirt?
Yeah.
500,000 down the toilet?
I think some of it's in our alleyway.
Yeah. Like if someone sat down and were like, all right, you did this for 10 years completely free, but I'm sure, over the past 10 years you've gotten more popular. You're like, no, less popular.
Can we take
down the toilet?
Can I call an audible real quick and talk about your Cursed Kingdom cuisine thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm going on the website, and this should just be your this is more ammo as to why you go on, any website in Sanford of any of our partners, especially Hollowbox, just to see what they're up to. There's always going to be something going on. And this really caught my eye because I was like, what the hell is this? This sounds crazy. It's Chef's Night presents Cursed Kingdom Cuisine, December 12th. And this is at the Knights Hall. We've talked about this before, about doing a special event up there.
I've talked to some mediums who are renting this out for their own events and for like holiday parties and even birthday parties.
Yeah.
Like it's a perfect place to rent out.
Pat, tell us what Cursed Cuisine is, because it sounds like, is this holiday spooky? Like, what is this?
So I think we're trying to get a cease and desist and not get sued, but it's like a Dark Side of Disney type thing.
All right,
so
that's what I thought.
Think of all like so one dish. I'm not gonna. This is Chef Sam's inspiration for all this, so I'll be supporting him on this. But one dish, my favorite one that I think is going to be venison tartare. So that's going to be Bambi's mom. So like,
dude, this is
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Think of Villain's Dinner. That's what I'm glad that I thought.
Poison apples,
Nice.
don't
go too hard.
Squid? You got squid?
a fat purple octopus
yeah.
Look, I don't want to eat Ursula.
with sea nettles.
I always had a thing for Ursula, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Even in the
That
pussy.
says something, Dan.
Yeah, normally I'm not into the full figured, but that lady, something about her. I'm like, steal my voice, please.
Watch out, Brenda from
Do
Bigelow.
those sit on me videos, right? Yeah, those big ones.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch Ursula do a mukbang video.
You're like, which tentacles and under?
Speaking
I
of
roll her in
hentai,
beach sand. Roll
full
her in
circle,
beach sand
full
today for the
circle.
wet spot.
I made Greg laugh. So, Chef Pat, anything else that we got to push? I know. Oh, real quick. If someone was looking for the perfect dish to buy at, like, let's say the market for their Thanksgiving dinner,
Sure.
what would be a good German dish for Thanksgiving dinner?
I know a lot of Germans that eat schnitzel on Thanksgiving.
All right.
So we're going to say schnitzel, sausage. Like Germans eat traditional American Thanksgiving. So, but throw in the German side items like, the German potato salad or the sauerkraut and red cabbage. Red cabbage, definitely. If you're doing a goose and red cabbage is super
sounds
traditional.
delicious.
Oh, yeah.
But like cucumber salad, like any of your side dishes, desserts, whole cakes. Come grab dessert so you don't have to think about that. Get whole cakes at the market. Get a whole apple strudel and take it.
It'd be nice to have a big goose Thanksgiving
Okay,
dinner.
I
the traditional.
I wanted to do
usually,
that. My wife won't let me do that. Like, I went to order our Thanksgiving, and I'm kind of like feeling like we're having a little bit of family, but we're a small family. We're 3 people. We're also little people, right? We're not little people. Well, never mind. You're gonna think that we are. You know what? And I'm not gonna be able to change your mind. So yes, we are little people.
The goose is bigger than him.
But like, it's one of those things where it's like, I want the big bird with I want the chicken legs with the hats on the end of them.
Keep doing that, Dan. Keep doing that.
Yeah, I want the chicken legs with the hats on them, and I want, you know what I mean? Like, I want all the different side items, and I want to go over to an armoire and then open a drawer, and then inside of there is a blue velour bag, and I take it out and I unfold it like 6 times, and that is my father's knife.
Yo, it's engraved.
Yeah,
it's
and
silver.
and I'm honing it. Sing, sing, right?
I actually have my father's knives.
Yeah, and then I
use them.
stand in front of everything, and then I say, would anybody like to ask, Grace, and then or I force Maisie to do it. They used to
make somebody.
They made me do it. They made me. They're
yeah.
like, Dan Lee, would you like to do? Because they call me Dan Lee. Would you like to do the blessing?
Yeah.
And it better not be one that's memorized. And my mom was real big, so I'd have to be like, dear Lord, thank you so much for the food that brought, and I'm so glad that our grandparents have driven all the way from Virginia, from Martinsville, and thank the good race teams in Martinsville as well as the race teams in Daytona, because the France family founded NASCAR and made it great. And what it is
you
today.
Incorporate
you go
Bill France.
Yeah, you're gonna put a little Bill France in there, and you do a good redneck off the dome. That's how I learned to improv.
Every Thanksgiving I'm camping, so I'm eating my Thanksgiving dinner off a paper plate drunk.
You
on
never
my
got out
lap.
to China?
No,
See, this
I
is
was
like
always
completely
camping.
absolutely
stinks.
different.
I'm drunk.
Like, I would have to
I've done both.
My dad would be in there polishing silver. My dad would have
yeah.
all the stuff. Then he'd have we had plates that had like gold around the eye. I thought those. I was like, this is fancy. This is like Saddam Hussein.
See, I'm going to go with the aluminum muffin tins this year, I think. That
Okay.
way you can keep everything segmentalized or whatever. I saw it on the TikToks. It looked like a good way to keep everything,
I like that.
kind of separate, but still have a chance to get, all like 9 or 12 whatever foods.
Dig it. I like that.
Here's a holiday tip. Get your advent calendars at the Hollabox Market.
They're the best
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, because
We just started getting our Christmas stuff in. They got a nice display up front.
It
So-
goes very fast, too, so
Yeah.
just make sure you get in there quick.
Chef Pat, thanks so much for
Love
coming
you,
by.
buddy.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you, guys.
Again, Hollabox German Restaurant, downtown Sanford.
Oh, my God, it's still more of that wizard metal.
And-
I was going to play the Hollabox song again.
And that Krampus versus St. Nick event is Thursday, December 5th. Free event, 6 to 9. Show up and watch Krampus and St. Nick fight.
I'd really rather watch
Bring
Mrs.
older
Claus
kids.
and I got cramps.
Mrs. Claus and female Krampus.
Yeah.
All right, we will see you tomorrow.